I'm doing a mini session for one of my patrons. So I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. I'm going to go as guided by spirit, so there's no specific goals. If any of you are interested in joining my Patreon community, come visit me at patreon.com/Abbey Normal's Wisdom Quest. So I'm going to relax now, get tuned in, and we will see what comes up here. So it's very quiet, but there's images. And the images aren't expressing vibration, so there's just stuff to look at, but there's no sound. And the images can be a little bit not very pretty looking. One of them, there's kind of like a troll or an ogre-like hand. It's quite large, and it's green, and it's kind of tightly around the neck of this person. And this person isn't able to really speak or to scream or even to breathe. And there's a closing of the eyes. And there's a silent sleep. Everything is silent. I'm just looking at the image, but there's literally no sound to it. There's not even emotion. It's just what it looks like, you know? I'm walking down a hallway now, and everything's in the black, so there's also nothing to see here. But I do feel my feet on the ground, and I'm walking, and I'm kind of like in the universe. And I'm very quiet about it, and I'm checking this door here, looking in, checking this door over here, looking in. There's a door at the end of the hallway, so I'm kind of going to this door, but I'm more hesitant about opening it and looking in. It's like sometimes I have doors that have choices where I can open, peer in, and say, no, not for me. No, not for me. But this door at the end, I don't even want to test it. Like, if I open that door, I might not get the option to say this is for me or not for me, and then close the door and keep going. And if I open this door, if I choose this door, I may have to move through this door. So there's some resistance here about that. So I feel like I can take this part of you and just take you out of this hallway, take you to a different dimensional space where we can explore different things. This is going to alter your energy pattern. It's kind of resistant, hesitant, not sure. I'm trying to decide, very quietly moving. But what if you could get loud about it? What if you could be a lot louder than this? Maybe you need to be taken to a space where you're given the opportunity to make some noise, and then kind of like ruffle the feathers of your energy field, and then take you back into this hallway and see how you feel differently. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm like coming and swooping in, and I got you by the shoulders, and I'm just hoisting you away, you know? I'm like a giant golden eagle. I have like claws, and I'm like picking you up by the shoulders and hoisting you away, but I don't hurt you. Like, these are some sharp talons, but they don't hurt you. And you're kind of relieved that somebody swooped in and grabbed you, because you kind of, in a way, kind of need that. Kind of want something like that to happen. And you want to trust in this golden eagle and where it's taking you. You want to trust that it's kind of like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that there is something to believe in, and that it is worth your while. That is literally worth any human being's while, you know? It's worth it. You really want something like this to swoop in and snatch you up, but take you to somewhere that's worth it, or an experience or a lifestyle or a new path, something that feels just really good, you know? So the next thing, there's a bit of a conflict because I am taking you to a place, but why is it so hard to see and define and hear the sounds? I feel like we've come a long way from the beginning. In the beginning, there's a lot of trauma here to your throat, and it suffocated you, put you to sleep. And now you're trying to find your path and you're checking this room, and there's some vulnerability, but still the silence. Eagle comes down and then takes you to something you can believe in, right? But it's hard to visualize what that looks like. It's hard to know what that is because there's just there's no fabric to build the fantasy. There's no fabric to build the manifestation even. So it's kind of asking you to really, if you had a special tool and you could make a wish, from the bottom of your heart, like what would you wish for? And I don't necessarily like the word wish because you can state what you want to get out of this life and it can be from the bottom of your heart, right? It's true to who you are, it's true to your path, it's true to your soul. And then that can manifest. So a wish is more like it's a dream come true, but it's still a dream, but it's taking the fabric of that dream and then weaving it into our physical reality. So it is, I desire this from the bottom of my heart. This is my soul path. I'm weaving this into my experiences here in this lifetime. You have the power, okay? You have the power. You can do this. And it's almost like you kind of need some time, literally. It's like you need some human weeks where you don't know what's really going on here because it's kind of like, and I'm coming across this a lot, in 2021 has been kind of a weird circulation with time and change and moving into new paths. It's like we're being reborn in the same body onto the next phase of the second lifetime in this body. I'm coming across that a lot here in 2021. It kind of is what I'm seeing here. It reminds me of this. Like you are being taken to a new vibrational experience, but it's unforeseen. It's not conceivable. So there's kind of this neutral energy that you're moving through, but the eagle is guiding you. The eagle is taking you there. And it is kind of asking you to be open-minded, as in like really get to know yourself, really get into your creative mind, place yourself into an experience that you want to have and say, I want this. I want this. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have this. Okay. So say that, know that you're going to have it. You're going to have it. You got that? So you gotta do that. You gotta do that. Because it's kind of sending the signals out and telling the universe from your human level that I want this. I want this, So it's kind of working with the energy plane, the human experience. It's kind of manifesting it. I'm asking, why is it so silent? I feel like I'm supposed to instigate noise, but maybe not. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe it needs to just be silent for right now. Like, we do need quiet time, and sometimes quiet time is extremely valuable and precious. So maybe you just need quiet time. You show me what is like a kid, and the kid is being just quiet and good, sitting still and waiting. And it's almost like a remarkable gift of patience for a kid. And in that stillness, there's this like wise persona. And what adult doesn't adore a kid that somehow manages to be patient when it just doesn't make sense that they could be so patient? It's almost like a holy grail moment. And it's like a blessing. And you just want to like, oh my God, who are you? Well, how'd you do it? How'd you do that? How were you able to just sit still and be just content? Oh, wow, amazing, And so there's this like impossible, we have a child being content with being still. And it's very unusual, but there's a wisdom and a light that shines through that. and there's a processing, a downloading, a listening of, because it is silent, there's a listening of kind of like the higher wisdom. So the higher vibration you go, the more silent it is. That's why it's harder for people to sense the angels, their higher self, because they're coming from very silent realms in comparison to our realm, okay, which is very noisy. So the more quiet you are, the more able to hear you will be, okay? So they're kind of showing me this. So there's an interpretation, there's a download, there's a processing in the depths of yourself. And so it does feel a little bit quieter, like maybe even life is a little quieter. Or you're more quiet in life, you're not making really big decisions right now. I mean, there's a silence about this experience, okay? So think about what that means to you. And it's kind of natural. Like they show me they show me a rose, and it's not like fully in bloom, but it has this like beautiful coil, and it's just slowly opening up and expressing itself. So as it opens up more and more, in a way it is its own song of self-expression, and it is a slow but sure pace, and it is beautiful in its own pace. So I see that your reflection of that as well. So it's okay. All right. That's what I have to share. Thank you so much for this experience. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing with others. Thank you for being a part of Patreon. All right, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I appreciate all your love and support. If you're new to my YouTube channel, don't be shy. Subscribe, like, comment. All right, have a wonderful day, everybody.